Hi, my name is Anneleen, and on this channel I usually talk about books, fashion, lifestyle, also Taylor Swift, but today I wanted to make another crochet vlog. I picked up crocheting this year as a hobby and I have been enjoying it so far. I have finished 3 projects this year. I made a winter hat, I made some coasters for my friend's birthday, and I made a reversible vest. And in a few weeks I have like a medieval themed party coming up and so I figured that I would make like a little bandana to put in my hair for the party. I have started already. This is just like the the bottom, this and I'm just going to continue making these shell stitches and add a little pop of color. I've chosen this white yarn, the same yarn that I used for the reversible vest, and also just this baby pink yarn that I think would look really cute. And also I am kind of planning on wearing that pink peachy checkered skirt that I have, that you probably have seen before on this channel, and then adding this. I think the colors would look good together, so that's what we're doing today. This is a free pattern that you can find on Ribbler. You can also find it on YouTube. I will link the YouTube video and the Ribbler pattern down below so that you can check it out by yourself. And let's just get into it. This is going to be a chill video as usual, and we will just have a nice chat while we do this. As with most of the patterns that I've done so far, I've learned a lot about different types of stitches and techniques while going through them, and I think that is lovely. I actually really enjoy that. I have been really enjoying my crochet journey. I honestly did not think that I would stick with it for as long as I've been doing. Pleasantly surprised how often I do crochet and how much I like it. I wouldn't say I'm very good at it. I need to read a pattern, but for this one, actually, this one is really simple. I mean, the stitches aren't the easiest thing in the world, or maybe like the order isn't as easy, but like once you've done it 2 or 3 times, then you can like keep doing it. So that's why I'm not looking at a pattern at the moment. So I've finished 3 crochet projects so far out of the 12 that I wanted to do in 2022, as I talked about in my resolutions video, or my starting 2022 on a good note video. And I'm very proud of that. I will probably finish this one still in April, so then we're nice on track. I'm not quite sure what I want to crochet after this. I have been looking at some patterns on Ribbler, which is my favorite app to find patterns on. It's just basically the easiest one because it's just like a nice collection of different patterns. And I think the next one that I'll do, I'll probably pay for it. I feel like I'm dedicated enough to just spend a little bit of money on a pattern, because I do feel like I can actually pull this off and I am competent enough to finish a project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am pleased to announce, by the way, that I have finally acquired an iron. I can finally iron my clothes. So from now on, when I make a fashion video, I will try to iron some of the clothes, because for some of the videos that I've made, I'm like, yeah, well, it's not the biggest problem, because I walk around like that anyway. I'm not trying to pretend like I don't. I do walk around with like wrinkled clothes, and I I do not feel guilty about that at all. But it's just nice to sometimes have ironed clothes. So look forward to seeing ironed clothes from now on this channel. Not that I'm planning on ironing a lot, because I do want to keep conscious, you know, about the sustainability of it all, because I don't think that we should be ironing all of our clothes all of the time, because sometimes it's just not necessary. You know, you are using resources for it that that you might not actually need to be using. I've been thinking about making a video about Bridgerton season 2, because I really enjoyed it. Yes, I can admit that I loved it actually. I have some issues with the first season, as I imagine a lot of people do. I finished watching season 1. You know, I didn't just quit halfway through, but you know, I wouldn't watch it again, actually. I would not watch it again. But this season was just really, really great. I loved the chemistry between Kate and Anthony. I also really liked Eloise in this season. I'm not sure why, but I didn't really like her in the first season. I really liked Edwina as well. I just think the characters were better this season than they were last season. I really like Penelope as well. You know, they're just, yeah. I did also really like the costumes. I know that they are not historically accurate at all, but they just look so good. And I loved that we got to see an Indian family as the main characters. I think it was very interesting, and I'm glad that we get to see a little bit more representation. But one thing that I couldn't stand was the violins and the musicians and the music. I mean, the music was fine until they, like, you know, played all of these covers of, you know, modern songs played on string quartets, which I'm all for. I'm not saying that it was a bad choice to do it like that. I like that. But why didn't they use actual musicians? It's just like a MIDI file. It's just computers on a violin. No, I mean violins on a computer. And I can hear it, and it's awful. And I don't think I noticed it in like the first or maybe also the second episode, but then once I heard it, I was like, this is a MIDI file. This is like playing piano with your computer, but then with violins, and it is a lot more difficult to do that with violins than it is with piano. I was so frustrated by it. And also, every time the musicians were on screen, they were just not playing. The like violinists weren't, there was like a gap between the bow and the strings, so they weren't producing any sound. And I was like, why? Why did you not have just a few shots of people playing the violin and the cello and use that? Why did you have to fake it? I mean, they're there, they're in costume, you're paying them anyways. Please just pay them to do their jobs, which is playing an instrument. But you know, season 2 has just a great enemies to lovers arc. I do like a good enemies to lovers trope or plotline. I liked it in Downton Abbey as well. I love how you can like see it from miles away, and that, you know, we know as the viewer, like we know they're perfect for each other. We know they're just actually secretly in love with each other. They just don't know yet. And I do love that. So I thoroughly enjoyed watching Bridgerton. YouTube videos on a weekly basis for almost a year now. I have to admit that I'm very proud of myself for keeping it up, and I know that I missed 1 week, and I'm actually kind of afraid that I will miss this week as well because of personal things, but you know, what can I do? It's like the same with going to the music academy. Like, I try not to skip classes whenever I can, but sometimes you just can't really help it. But that's okay. I think the main thing, like the most important thing, is that I still enjoy doing this, and if I put too much pressure on myself, then that's not good as well, and then I might not make things that I'm actually proud of. Because I do really enjoy doing this, but and I know that there's like 30 people who regularly watch my videos, and that is, in YouTube terms, that is not a lot of people. But if I were to gather these 30 people in this room right now and watch my video, like, that's insane. You know, that's like, yeah, it actually is a lot of people, even though on paper it doesn't look like that. Like 30 people watch my videos weekly, and sometimes the 30 people might not be the same people as last week, and sometimes a little bit more people show up than the previous week, and sometimes a little bit less, but that's, you know, that's like really cool, and I want to thank each and every one of you, and especially like the people who comment and who, whether it's on YouTube or if they send me a private message, like, thank you so much. It's so nice to see that whatever it is that I'm doing here, I know that I still don't have a lot of, you know, focus on this channel, but it makes me so happy that you get something out of it, that you enjoy it, or that it made you laugh, or that it made you think about something. And just, I'm doing this for myself, and because I want to prove that I am capable of doing something like regularly and not just quitting, which I usually do, but also because I just want to add something to someone's life. And I know that I'm not out here making the most thought-provoking content or whatever, but I am providing maybe some escapism, maybe some relaxation, maybe some just, and I'm thankful for anyone who watches, so thank you. I know that I still don't have like a specific niche. Like, my niche is whatever I like. And you know, that is like against all of the YouTube rules, so to speak. And I'm not saying that I don't mean the actual YouTube rules, but you know, the rules of being successful on YouTube. But I don't mind. Like, if my niche interests is this broad, then I'm sure that there will be more people where there will be some overlap, and maybe not everyone will enjoy each video, you know, as much as the next, but I think that the right people will find my videos, and then we'll have a good time. I have been thinking of maybe unlisting the covers that I've made in the previous years, just because that is not something that I want to keep doing anymore. I don't want to completely delete them or, you know, private them completely, but I don't want people to find these videos and subscribe thinking that there will be more covers like that, because at the moment that's just not what I'm interested in doing anymore. I like an occasional cover, and I might do some more in the future. I'm not saying that I never will make any musical covers again, but it's just not something that I want to, you know, keep doing, and I just wouldn't want to disappoint people when they subscribe and they notice that I just talk about random things instead of making music. So I think that I probably will unlist them. if there is like a specific video that you really enjoy, just save the link and it will still be available to you. If you have lost it and you want to find it again, you can always reach out to me and I will just provide you the link. That is no problem. It's not that I'm embarrassed, but I just don't feel like it's the right representation. I do like that you can kind of see how much I've changed, and that is especially why I like making the travel vlogs, because those travel vlogs are really for me and my partner, you know. I want to, of course you can all watch, but those videos are made so that I can look back to them in a few months, in a few years, so that my partner can look back at them, and you know, it's kind of like a photo album. They are one of my favorite videos to make, and I also really like the voiceover style that I have. Not to, you know, toot my own horn, but I do like that I am consciously thinking about, like, would this be a nice shot in the video and things like that, but I film like maybe 2% of the time, you know, like I'm not showing you everything. I don't feel the need to. I also don't feel the need to just speak to you in the moment. I really like just filming what I like seeing and then talking about it afterwards, or not talking about it afterwards. I don't show you everything, and that is completely fine. I just really like those travel vlogs. It's a few days later and this is where I'm at. I think I need 2 more rows and then we'll be done. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope that I can finish this in this sitting. I recorded yesterday as well, but I didn't realize that I wasn't exactly in the frame. You know, I'm just doing this all by myself, and I'm just shooting this on my phone, and I'm shooting this with the back camera, so I can't really check while I'm recording what the frame is. So I actually have to just set it up, try out the shot, stop recording, check out what I filmed, and if the frame is fine, then I can continue. If it isn't, I have to do this again until I get a nice enough frame. But I was too lazy for that yesterday. I thought I could eyeball it, but I couldn't. Last night I started reading The Little Friend by Donna Tartt. I have talked about that book before. It is about murder, I believe, but I'm not sure. This is probably going to be the first thriller that I've ever read, just because I'm usually like a very scared person. Like, I get frightened so easily watching like horror movies. I don't like gore at all. It just makes me queasy and I don't like it, so I don't really look for it. But I do like true crime podcasts, so I guess I would also like just a thriller. And I did really enjoy The Secret History by Donna Tartt. And I was just reading, I've read like 4 pages, right? Not a lot, but I was reading them and I was instantly intrigued. I really liked the writing style, and there was a beautiful metaphor that she used. I'm excited to keep going and report on how the book is going. I still haven't finished Journal of the Plague Year by Daniel Defoe, unfortunately. I'm kind of doubting if I ever will, because it is interesting, but it isn't really gripping or anything like that. I'm also really behind on my Percy Jackson reading, because you might know that I'm listening to a podcast called The Newest Olympian, and it's just Mike Schubert who is reading the Percy Jackson novels for the first time, and I am reading along with him, so he discusses like 1 or 2 chapters at a time. It's a weekly podcast, so I should just read 1 or 2 chapters each week, but for some reason, yeah, no, I'm just terribly behind. I think he is at chapter 11 and I'm at chapter like maybe 4. So I should probably read a little bit more so that I can keep listening to the podcast, because I really enjoy the podcast. And sometimes now when I'm at the grocery store, which is usually the time that I listen to my podcasts, I'm like, well, I actually want to listen to The Newest Olympian, but I'm just not caught up yet with the book, so I can't, and I have to find new podcasts. Speaking of podcasts, I am listening to Bad Bad Thing. It's a true crime podcast. It's about 3 people, Janair, Mark, and Meredith. Janair and Mark are married, and Mark has an affair with Meredith. Janair records their conversations because she suspects that they might be having an affair, but she isn't sure. And after a while, she also starts recording herself. And so these recordings were released, and I am listening to what happened. I'm on episode 3. It's really good. It's really good. You hear original recordings, you also hear readings by actors. The journalist is really respectful, I feel, and it's also not too like sensationalized. I only have listened to 2.5 episodes, but I feel like we hear a lot of different perspectives, and that is very interesting. We are onto the final row, and I'm feeling good about it. I also wanted to talk about last week at work. It was really nice. I am an account manager, so I do this thing called cold calling, which means that I call companies up and I ask if we can help them. And we have an intern at the moment, and he also wanted to do account management work. And so last week he started cold calling, and it was really nice. He did really well. It was really cool to see how well he did. He crushed his target. I'm very proud of him, and it was really fun to also just kind of like train him on how to cold call and what to do in certain situations. And I made like little scenarios for me and my colleagues to act out with him, you know, pretending as if we were potential clients that he was contacting, and it was just lots of fun, and I had a really great time just giving him feedback and seeing him like take it all in and just improve over time. And then when it came to it, he just did so well, and it just made me so very happy to see like the impact that I had, and just the way that he handled everything was really cool. I just wanted to talk to you about that. I'm really proud of the intern, and I'm also really proud of myself, because I mean he did the cold calling, but I did the training, and I think I did a really good job. Watching the Doctor Strange movie on Friday, the new Doctor Strange movie. Is it just called Doctor Strange 2? I'm not sure. A friend was looking for someone to go with him, and I was free. And I do like going to the cinema occasionally. I don't really follow all of the Marvel films. The last Marvel film that I saw was Spider-Man Far From Home, so I haven't seen the most recent Spider-Man, and apparently that is kind of essential to watch the Doctor Strange movie. So I'll probably be watching that this week. Apparently you should also watch a lot of other TV shows and Marvel movies, but I'm just not going to. I don't really feel up to it, and I don't really mind going in not knowing too much, because I do believe that a movie should be self-contained, because I did watch the second Spider-Man movie without having seen most of the Marvel movies, and I wasn't sure what the blip was, but I still was able to kind of understand. They did briefly explain it, so I'm hoping that they will do the same in the Doctor Strange movie. I've also started working on a next crochet project. It's a dress. I will show it to you on screen right now. This is the pattern. This is the first pattern that I paid for. I'm very proud of myself. I think I will be able to make this dress. It doesn't seem too difficult, and I am planning on wearing it to my friend's social event. I sent her a picture because the dress code is like summer chic, so I was like wondering, is this chic enough? But she approved. This is the progress so far. So just this strip, which will be like part of the skirts, this was 3 hours, but that is mostly 3 hours because I just kept messing up. I think I'm going to show you my outfit for the party as well. Not the social event that my friend is hosting, but the medieval party, because that's what I'm making this little bonnet for. I'm actually not sure how to call this thing, but that's what I'm making it for. And I haven't actually combined all of the items of clothing, so I'm actually not sure if they look good together, but I also just want to give off the right vibe. So if the colors don't really match, then that's fine by me. I just want to give off like a medieval vibe, and it's not going to be historically accurate at all. Like, I'm not saying that, but I just want to give those vibes. Kind of like how I want to approach this as if this is the Met Gala, and I have to fit the vibe. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be like a good interpretation of the theme. It just needs effort, and you know, nothing says effort like a handmade piece of clothing, doesn't it? So I'm on the last shell stitch. Here we go, and then I will just add a chain on either side so that I have something to tie up this scarf with, and then we're done. I finished it. I still need to wash it and block it because now it is a little bit, you know, wavy. You can see like a lot of the texture, and I would like to get rid of that. I'm not sure if I will be able to, but we will try. And then once I've done this, I will show you my outfit. This is project number 4 this year. We're right on track. Like, this is 4 out of 12. Are you ready for the reveal? Because here it is. Here is the lovely headpiece. I don't really know what to call it. And This is the best part. This is the outfit. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, I love this. I love it. I feel like a farm girl. I'm not sure. Is this medieval? I don't think it is. But am I going to wear this to a medieval themed party? Definitely. Definitely. Like, I love this. I love my little corset, and I love how, let me show you. I love how like the pink is repeated in the flowers and in the headband. And then we have the blue in the flowers and in the top, and it is so cute. And I love it. I love it. Okay, let me get you some better shots. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and you could also subscribe. I make videos every Wednesday, so I will see you next week. And in the meantime, you can watch any of these videos that me and YouTube recommend to you. Bye!